Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is going to be my labor and delivery story. So if you want to see how that turned out and everything, then go ahead and keep watching. So to start us off, I'm going to talk about the beginning of my pregnancy, the middle, the end, kind of briefly, and then head right into the story of my labor and stuff. So to start off, I got pregnant in around January, found out in the beginning of February of 2018. I was 17 years old when I got pregnant. And it was, when I found out, I was nervous because I didn't plan it, obviously. And I was scared, to say the least, and I didn't know what to do. But it all worked out, and I had a decent pregnancy. I did have some sickness at the beginning, but I got better at the end, and I was pretty much just ready to pop at the end there. I was like, this is it. Like, I'm so done being huge and like not being able to do anything. I had begged and begged to have a baby early because I was just in so much pain, and I was just really struggling at this point. Like, just I couldn't sleep. I was just I was upset. Like, I was very upset that I couldn't have a baby. So the time came. I did have him a week later because he wasn't coming out on his own, so I did get induced. And basically, when I was induced, was October 13th, and I ended up having him on October 14th, so I will get into this right now for you. So basically, I went in about 10 p.m. on October 13th, which was a Saturday, and they basically just called and was like, come down. I was like, oh my gosh, I actually wasn't ready. Like, it was terrifying, which I feel like every mom kind of feels like, unless they're like just done and they're ready. But I was still nervous because this is my first time being a mom. And so I went to the hospital, and I wasn't alone. I was with the father, but we were in the room just waiting, and I couldn't eat anything. I had like peanut butter toast before I went, but I knew I was gonna have an epidural, and I just didn't want like any, like, I've heard horror stories about like people like shitting all over the tables and stuff. Nah, not my cup of tea. So I didn't want to eat anything. Like, I definitely want to Taco Bell, but I was like, nope, not gonna do that to myself or anyone else in the room. So fast forward to the part where they actually induce me, because they don't induce you right away. They kind of just try to get your test your levels, blood levels and stuff like that, to make sure that you're actually ready to do this. And so it was about 1 a.m. when they actually started the Pitocin, which gets your body started into labor. And then they also did the balloon, which is balloon they insert inside of you to kind of open up your cervix, like manually, because it's not doing it on its own. And so I had a lot done right away. Like, I was literally, they're like, okay, we're gonna do Pitocin, balloon, like, let's just amp her up. And I said okay, because I didn't know anything about it, and no one ever really told me about it. And so I was like, okay, I'll just go with it all, I guess. It was so painful. It was the worst pain in my entire life. Highs and lows, and I was just screaming, and then I'd be fine, and I was just crying and laughing. Like, it was just the most emotional roller coaster ride of my life. And then I was able to get some sleep, like the tiniest bit, because they gave me some drugs to help me like doze off. They only lasted like 5 minutes though, so I was in and out of sleep. But I was just in so much pain. I was like, there's no sleeping for me. Like, I honestly was like, this is it. This is the end. I was so dramatic. But it was like 5 a.m. and I said I had to go to the bathroom. So, and they have all these things inside me still and like hooked to me. So I have to take this like big, like, walker thing with me that has all the cords attached. And I go to the bathroom, and I was literally sitting there like, that was probably the most painful part, was sitting there trying to go to the bathroom and just feeling the contractions right then and there. Like, it was just, it was like death. Like, I was like, this is it. I need my medicine. I can't do this anymore. Like, I can't even stand back up. I was stuck on the toilet. I was in there for so long, and I thought my nurse was gonna like check on me because I was just like crying in there. But she was just giving me privacy, I guess. But I walked out the door and I was like, I need my epidural, like, please. And she was like, okay, honey, like, lay down, it's okay. And I was just screaming, and the father was over in the corner just kind of like, I don't know what to do. But, so yeah, I was like, just come on in. Like, this epidural guy, he comes in, I don't even care at this point, I'm just in so much pain. But the epidural was basically like, they stuck a needle into my back and then a tube up the side of my spine, and it was a weird feeling. Like, it hurt definitely for me, because I think he had to reinsert it. Yeah, I think so. But it was okay. Like, it definitely wasn't birth, so, which we'll get to. But and honestly, within like 30 minutes I felt so much better. Like, I felt so much better. I can't even describe the feeling. It was just a relief. I couldn't feel like the lower half of my body at all. No contractions. I could feel like the pressure, but it wasn't like pain. It was just kind of like annoying. They were like, oh, you're 6 centimeters. And I was like, oh, this is happening for real. I was like, there's no going back now. And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm terrified. But then they like, they kept sending nurses in every hour or so to check on me. And it was just kind of like, I was just waiting at this point. I was just kind of ready, but I was like, I don't know what's gonna happen. Like, I've heard so many bad things, I've heard so many good things, and everyone's stories are different. And I was just like, it's just that moment where you're just like, I don't know where my life's going right now. Like, and this is the most important moment of my life. At this point, I was just rapidly like widening. My centimeters were getting higher and higher. I was at like 8, I think. And at this point, like, family was showing up, and I was like, I'm gonna have a baby soon, y'all. You guys need to exit the premises. Like, I was not about to have all these people in the room. Let's fast forward to just before I was about to give birth. So my epidural stopped working, and I didn't push the button because I didn't really understand the button. And so I think I actually tried, but nothing was happening. And I needed it now because I was about to push him out, and I was in so much pain again. I was like, no, like, what was the point then, you know? And so we called in the anesthesiologist, and he put some more medicine straight into the tube. But that right there was the single most worst pain of my life when the epidural stopped working right at the end there. That was horrible. The worst pain I could even imagine. The epidural started working. Literally, you can't feel the pain, but I felt him at the edge. Like, I could feel him crowning, and I was like, hello, like, he's coming to everyone. They're just like, oh yeah, then the doctor's coming, your doctor's coming. And I'm like, okay. Like, literally half an hour later, I'm like, or no, not half an hour, it was like 10 minutes. It felt like forever. I was just like, guys, he's coming. And they were like, yeah, she's on her way, like, she'll be here as soon as possible. I'm like, what is she doing? Like, I'm literally having this baby, like, I need her. And so they, like, they looked down, and they were like, oh my goodness, wait, he's actually crowning, like, you're ready. And because it happened so fast, they didn't expect it. And I was like, yeah, I know, I've been telling you that for like half an hour now. And my doctor finally came, and she's like, oh goodness, Daylin, you're so ready. And I was like, yeah, I am. I was just kind of being like moody at this point because I was just so done. But basically we started pushing, like, and it was so easy, like the easiest thing I've ever done with the medicine, because I just felt the pressure of him coming out, and he literally he came out, and I felt the release from my body, and it was a good feeling, but also a very sad feeling because he had been inside me for so long and I grew such a bond with him inside me. Sorry, I'm like tearing up. But it was such a good feeling to finally have that, like, most amazing feeling happen that you've been dreaming about. And so he comes out and he's crying and they put him right here and I couldn't even contain myself. I was like, and he was just bawling, like I couldn't hold him because I was just like so like in shock that it actually happened and everything was fine so far. And so like that was just incredible, and I basically just like, I just couldn't believe it. He was so cute. I was worried he was gonna look smushed, and I don't even know like why I was thinking that now, but it was so amazing to finally be rewarded with the cutest little boy. Basically, it was a 13-hour labor. I did get a 2nd degree tear, which is, there's 4 degrees of tears, so mine wasn't too bad, but I couldn't feel them stitching me up or anything, so I couldn't tell you how that felt, but it was very, very long process, and I feel like I could do it again. Just kidding. Probably not. Not for like another 10 years, because but yeah, it does put your body through an ordeal, and I'm so glad that I had the team that I did. It was a good story. It was a good labor and a good delivery, good pregnancy. Overall, there was hard moments, not gonna lie, but I'm very, very grateful that I had the opportunity to bring my cute little boy to the world, and I love him more than anything. He's 4 months old now, and he's amazing, and he's just incredible. Alright, I hope you guys enjoyed this labor and delivery story. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe because it means a lot to me. And I'll see you in my next video. Peace!